Today I vaccinated my chicks Newcastle plain and I changed their feeds. And this is the feed formula that I used. I mixed up 100 kilograms of maize bran plus 100 kilograms of broken maize and 50 kilograms of a broiler concentrate. I use 30 to 35% of a broiler concentrate. They made 80 days, so I have to change the feeds. But before I change the feeds completely, they have to first get used to these feeds. This is a powder feed and the pellet was in bigger particles. So I just use some little bit of pellet and I mix it with the feeds that I mixed. So I don't just change the feeds at once or remove the pellet and bring new feeds. What they do, they stop consuming the feeds. Some of them will eat or some of them will spend like 7 hours without consuming the feeds because they are not used to them. The same applies to the feeders. You shouldn't just change the feeders and you remove the trays and bring the medium-sized feeders. It is not the right thing to do because when they are used to the trays, you have to bring the medium feeders slowly. You start to mix them in the feeding trays. You remove 1 to 3 trays. You bring 6 medium feeders like that before you remove all of the trays, because they are going to spend like hours without eating because they are not used to the feeders, the new feeders that you've brought. After hours, some of them will jump into the feeders and start to eat. Some of them, if you don't change the feeders at once, some of them will remain on the feeding trays and they consume the feeds. So later on, they will get used to other bigger feeders like that. And before I remove the carpets that I use, I have to first bring these medium feeders because once you remove the carpets, the trays cannot work as feeders, not at all, because you find the coffee huskies are full in the feeds. There are very many in the feeds, the chicks feeds. So it is not good to use trays when you have removed the carpets. So before I remove them, I have to introduce these medium feeders to the chicks, in that by the time I remove them, they are used to them. The last thing I want to talk about is the heaters that I use. Most of the people are commenting what kind of materials that you used, where did you buy the heaters. I bought the materials from the hardware, the hard materials from the hardware, and I requested someone to make the stoves for me. This is the second time of using these heaters, but the materials were very hard and I had to tell someone that I need this size of the stove, the length, the width, like that. So you make an order, buy the materials and tell someone to make the stove for you. That is how you can get something that can last long other than buying the already made stoves. I've ever used them, but the materials they use, they are very light. So it's better to buy your own materials. Thanks a lot. Let's meet.